Alright. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another day in the vlog. Day in the life in the vlog. But today, so we got some big news. I ordered a car off of Copart. I actually bid it on it and I won. So I've been waiting for a whole week to get it delivered. This morning it said, I got an email from the company saying, email from Copart saying that it will be delivered today. So it's super raining and the car's windows are stuck down, so it might be super wet. It's super rainy right now, but that's just life up here. So we're gonna go get some food, we're gonna come back, and I'm gonna show you guys the ad of the car I bought. So sorry if it's hard to see because it's on my phone, but there is the car. It's super crashed. You can obviously tell that it has been in a wreck, but what I see right here is the frame rail, and it looks somewhat straight. Like I said, I still want to get it tube front end, but this is pretty bad, but it's not too bad. So let's go to the next photos. So this whole side is pretty clean. That's what it looks like to me. Has a biohazard sticker on it because the car, the airbag deployed and they got some blood on it. But as you can see, this whole side is all clean. Come around to the right side, it's all clean up to that fender. Interior, so there's two things that I saw about this car that really made me a little weird after I bought it. So if you go into the HD mode and then you zoom in, one second. So you zoom in, and then there's three switches that are right here. See, so right here in the 350Z, he put in three switches. So I'm not too sure what that means. Come to the front end. I did kind of some measurements, and I could see that it kind of lines up the strut towers, but you know, we won't know until I get it. 151,000 miles. Crashed. So that's pretty much it. One thing I also noticed is that the car is lowered. As you can tell from the rear end, it's like a little bit lowered. Had some janky wheels on it, but that's what it's like. I am back home, and I'm with my boy. Say hi, Apollo. We're in his room because you can see the front yard from here. But we're waiting for the car. They said the driver's in Vancouver, which is my town, so hopefully he gets here soon. I assume in the next hour because the sun goes down at about 4. It's about 3:30 right now, and it's going down soon, so we're waiting patient, huh? Alright, so she just dropped her off, and we're gonna go check it out. I'm stoked. Here it is. So he scraped the shit out of the exhaust, dropping it down here, but looks like he got some sort of exhaust. It's got a rear camera right here. That's cool. Come around here. We definitely got some suspension. I haven't even looked at it yet. Some sort of coilover, or yeah, that's a coilover. Oh. Okay, either we got some VCs or we got some replicas. So it's also got slotted brakes and rotors. Brake pads look good. Come along here, it's got some sticky shit over here. GZ PDX. They obviously glued some sort of tarp thing that's all coming off. Okay, so come around to the front end, smashed. So we're gonna see what can go on with this. See, the frame ends right here. It is bent at the end of the frame. A Japanese sticker down there. Biohazard. He said this window didn't, or this door didn't work. We're gonna see what's up with that. We got a Society sticker with a dime sitting here. Hey. What the hell? Alright, we got this sticker. These wheels are, it looks like, yeah, just G35 wheels. Alright, wonder if this thing will open. Nah, it's not opening. Alright, should we try to push it in? Let's try to push it in, alright. Here. So, that is unmovable. We'll show you in a second. The wheel is pinned up against this. It's actually worse than I thought, so I'm going to see if a tube can fix it. If not, then I'm going to part it out. So we'll see. Let's go check it out because it's bad. So I took the fender off and I took the hood off. We come around here, see it's crumpled right here at a crumple point, which makes the whole suspension go back, and this tire is pushed up against that. So that means it's got to be fucked. So I'm going to take off this wheel and then try to, I don't even know. Try to, I don't know. I'm gonna take off the wheel first and then see what's up. As you can see, it's pretty effed up. I don't know if it's gonna be salvageable. What we just spent time doing was, because this whole subframe is pushed back about 3 inches, and the car is so low, It's rubbing up against right here, so it's rubbing right here, and then there's this metal shit right here that's rubbing, so that stopped us from going too. And when I was pushing this in with the Subaru, my brother saw that the rear wheels weren't moving, so I don't know what that has to do with it. Maybe it's the driveline? I don't know. We'll see what's up with it. We'll resume this tomorrow morning. Peace out. What's up, guys? So it's morning time. Here's the Z. So last night I had a lot of thinking going on. So I was planning on to part out the Z because I realized that it's so messed up that I don't want to, you know, put in too much work. And then I slept on it. And then this morning I woke up and, you know, I had a little bit of faith in me, and I went and got a quote from these people who do tube front ends, and it's not crazy much more expensive than the one that I was planning on doing. So here's a pretty good look at it. You can see that past the strut tower, it's basically pushed in, I would say about, you know, 3 to 4 inches. This wheel was touching right here, so I had to beat that in the hammer just to roll it up my driveway. So here's the front of the left frame, passenger frame, on the right side I guess. Fully bent in. It's horrible. Had to cut these off. This is for the power steering, I think. Yeah, the power steering cooler. When we come down here, so here is my oil filter housing thing. So the oil filter housing goes in between that, and then the oil filter connects to that stud. So what happened was that it broke completely off and took a little bit of the threads with it, but it still threads in. So I'm gonna have to get here. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna have to get a new one of these because on this side it's bent. So I'm gonna have to get a new one of those. And then also, if you see, the alternator bracket was completely broken off, and there's, you know, see the alternator's piece right there. So I ordered a new alternator and alternator bracket. I basically ordered everything besides this. I also got a idler pulley. See, you can see like this part's all broken, but hopefully all this will, you know, get in there and it'll be okay. It's bad, but it's not super bad, and this is kind of what I was expecting. So I found out that these coilovers are actually Attack Racing coilovers. They're $1,000 retail, so they're pretty good coilovers. I'm not sure if this one's bent, but hopefully not. Alright, so it is the next day, and I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown of what's happening with the red Z. I still got the blue Z, if anyone was wondering. It's going to be my daily for as long as I can have it until I sell it. So I got some new parts right here. I got the new passenger side fender, and then I also got the radiator cooling fan. So that's going to be sick. So last night I was showing you guys what was wrong with it. So this oil filter housing, which is also called the oil cooler, which is right here, actually had to it actually broke off during the crash. So what happened was that it broke off with this bolt, and it took some threads out of the inside. So what I had to do was take this to my friend's house and get this extended. So as you can see, it is extended right there about 20 millimeters. So right here I got the oil filter and the extended bolt that I showed you guys last night, but if you see, this bolt has been extended about 20 millimeters because the way this goes is that it goes in through the oil cooler like this way. So the ends of this stud got snapped off with a part of the block. So this thing was off the car with a piece of the block right here. So what I came up with, instead of getting a whole new engine, is getting this extended to fit the rest of the threads that's still going. And obviously I already test fitted it, and you can see that it goes in pretty snug, so I'm not worrying about the new one fall off. Basically I'm just trying to get this engine started just so I can see if the car has a rod knock or anything bad going on it before I send it to Level Ride and get the tube, because I want to possibly drive it home. So what I'm going to do right now is test fit it. So this side is going to go into the block, and then this side is going to hold the oil filter on. So what I'm going to do is, just to see how snug it goes, oh, it's cherries and berries, so that's good. Now I'm going to put this onto the block and then see if it holds oil well enough for me to start the car. My apology for the low light. Sun's about to go down, but here is the filter and the oil cooler. I got the top one plugged in because the bottom one I do not have, so obviously I don't have a radiator, so I don't think it's going to spill out too much coolant, but that's my setup I have, and I'm going to try to start it. So first things first, I got to get the Subaru battery and then plop it in here because I took out this battery. It's right there. Alright, so we got the battery out of the Subaru. It's a little crusty, but I'm sure it'll work. Got the security thing that's blinking, so now just to check if I have power to the chassis. Obviously, if the alarm is working. What stinks in here? Oh, these work. Okay. So steering wheel's locked. So I don't think it's getting good. Anything from the battery. I gotta go figure that out. Alright, so after a couple hours goes by, I finally got the Z battery in there because the Subaru battery wouldn't work. So now I'm gonna try to start this beast up. Started right up. So at least I got to hear it start for a second, but as you can see, it shot right outside because I had no gasket on that filter, or the oil filter housing, so it just shot right out. Gonna have to clean this up, but I'm happy to say that it did start, so that was cool.